This is the June 2023 course of fire for the NRL22. Hey shooters, I am Joe Lowley from Precision Match Timer. Our club was not planning on a May match since this was the first year doing it, so we did not have it scheduled and therefore did not have a match. I almost went to Kentucky, but I shot a lot of PRS matches this month and decided to give it a pass. Looking forward to getting out this month and seeing everyone again at 17 South. I did get my invitation to attend the NRL22 Championship in Maxton, North Carolina in July, so I am looking forward to doing that. It's going to be a long, hot 2-day match. Hopefully I get to meet even more of you there. So let's get into this month's match prep. Stage 1, Home Depot run. Start position is a little different on this one. Shooter is standing with the rifle grounded by the prop. The magazine is out and 10 feet away. On the start, get your rifle and magazine and use the sawhorse. You're going to shoot the left side large target, right side large, left side small, right side small, then the far target. Then you are going to change magazines. You have to change magazines there. Then you're going to go to the cinder block on its side and repeat that target sequence. The targets are 1 and 1.5 inches at 50 yards. There's a right set and a left set. And then your far target is a 4-inch at 100. We have lots of movement, a different start position, and a required magazine change. I like it. So for the sawhorse, again, I've said it before, it's not my favorite position. It's very tippy, so I am going to use the big bag on my leg, and that seems to work pretty well. Then I need to transition over to a block that's up on its side. This is what I have found is very stable, and so I'll use it similar to what I use on the ladder, and but it's very, very stable, so I don't see any reason not to use it. I can always ditch the other bag if I need to, if I'm running out of time, but I don't think I will. And so let's go ahead and give this one a run through. Again, going to use, this time I'm using the medium bag with the Area 419 plate. My favorite combination for almost every barricade or prop, and I am going to use that here as well because it just plain works. So let's give it a try. Shooter ready? Engage. .30 seconds left, so plenty of time. I can waste more time on this one, which is not as steady. This one, especially like this, is rock solid. Even with the mag change, wasn't a big deal.
20 seconds.
I did do a holdover for the far target, Wasn't a hard one to do, so I did it. This one is always wobbly. The bag stopped my up and down wobble, but I felt a side to side wobble, and that's usually a natural point of aim thing. And perhaps I did not have my natural point of aim as good as it could have been, especially when you're using a bag behind you. It can sometimes push me off my natural point of aim. Let's look at that a little bit better. That seems better. I think I was off to the side a little bit and I had to force it back on target. When you do that, your natural point of aim kind of gets a little off. The other thing I thought about is I was a little bit off with that bag. I should have used my Matrix Pro extension here on the buttstock, and it would have gotten me down a little bit more. Matter of fact, even here, it might work so that I can use this sideways a little bit more and get a little steadier. Yeah, I think that works a little better. So that's another thing to try. Just don't forget about this if you have a Matrix Pro. All right. Stage 2, Campfire stories. On a start, use the tire and shoot 3 targets at 3 distances, near to far. The tire is divided into 4 quadrants as shown here. You will do this from all 4 quadrants. That makes it a 12-round stage. Targets are at 76, 87, and 98 yards. Probably going to need a holdover on this one. Holdover would be 0, 0.4, and 0.8. Those are pretty good numbers for holdover. The tire is always bouncy though, so let's take a look at minimizing that bounce. The tire stage, I think, is going to be the hardest stage. Tires are always bouncy, and trying to take that bounce out of it is difficult. We're shooting from the front, the back, front, back, depends on which way you're looking at it, right and left. This is the hardest one, mostly because it's I shoot where we have the longer distances. We have to shoot over a berm, a small berm, and so those targets are up higher. So in order to get up higher and shoot off the front, you gotta get your bag really low, and there's almost no way to do it. It barely is making it. If you have a smaller tire, it'd be even harder. I think we actually have bigger tires there, slightly. So I think we'll be able to do it. The sides and this back are difficult too, because you're just kind of hanging out there. The sides make you want to roll in. In the back, you got very little support. And it's just bouncy. So I'm actually going to try something I've tried before at a match. I didn't do this in a video, but I used 2 bags. I put them up like this, and I could get a pretty good level shot off of it, and pretty good support. I am probably, if this is steady, I am going to hold over, and because it's very difficult to do a holdover when it's bouncing a lot. So I'll do that, and then I may end up dialing some of it, and then that front one, we're just going to be going up as far as we can and seeing what happens. It's going to be a difficult position to shoot from. So let's go ahead and give it a try. You ready? Engage. And try to get it on the outside as much as I can where it's most balanced. terrible. All right. This one's better. Can't get down.
20 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
See, this is
3, 2, 1. Time.
This is almost impossible. I couldn't get this down any farther. I can't really get any farther forward either. That's not any better. I can't even see the target. And it's not, this is the shortest length of pull you can do. So I'm really not sure what you're supposed to do with this. I am almost there. I mean, when I was doing it, I was pushing this down, which is just making it bounce. I don't think this is a smart thing to shoot. If you were shooting, if you were shooting at targets that were only this high off the ground and it was very flat, I don't think this would be very difficult at all. You'd probably get a pretty good purchase back here, and you just shoot. But if you have to shoot anything that's up high, I think this is a poor. I think that's a poor match design to shoot off of that front. Most people's rifles just can't even fit there to do it. I'd have to consider bringing another bag, yet another bag, putting that there, shooting off of it like that. That's possible. That's actually not bad. It's probably what I'll have to do. That means 4 bags for this stage. It's a lot, and sometimes you got to do it just to get some steady shots, and I don't know any other way to do it but that. So good luck with this one. Stage 3, summertime flies. On the start, go prone and shoot the KYL rack at 60 yards, large to small. Then another KYL rack at 45 yards, large to small. Then you're going to switch to your support side and shoot in the reverse order. Near to far and small to large. Then back to your strong side and shoot the near 1/4 inch and the far 3/4 inch target. Now that order can be confusing, so I would write it on your data card to help you and make sure you're not shooting out of order. I really like support side shooting, and if you're going to get a little tricky with the order, at least it is a prone stage. All right, prone stage, as I mentioned, keeping track of what you're shooting is going to be important for this. I also should have my data on here because I am going to dial. I know what it is. It's 0.2 and minus 0.1, but you can see here, maybe. So I have 60, large, small, 45, large, small, support side, 45, small, large, 60, small, large, strong side, 45 1/4, 60 3/4. So I can refer back to this after every shot and see where I am. I think that's going to be important on this one. Otherwise, you know, shooting quarter-inch targets is never easy, but you know, that's part of the game, and let's see if we can get it. Gauge. Large, small. $45. High. Back to 45. Small.
20 seconds.
3/4. All right. 10 seconds left. And you know, support side always takes a little bit of fumbling because you are you're doing something that's a little unnatural. I find it much harder in prone than bench, but can easily be done. Just take your time during that part. It's a little bit awkward, and but it's only 4 shots that way. And the problem with a right-handed bolt and a left-handed shooter is that you have to come off of it every time. You can't keep your hand held here like you can with shooting your strong side. Is this left hand stays there and stays on target while you work the bolt. You keep your eye right on it. When you're shooting this way, you have to come off of it and work the bolt. It's hard to stay on it because your whole rifle drops. So it makes it more difficult, but just take your time on that part and don't dilly-dally during the strong side. Get those shots off, then take your time on the support side. So that should do it. Stage 4, Sandcastle. On the start, shoot the single 3-inch target at 100 yards in the following positions: the 5-gallon bucket for 3 shots, the 2-gallon bucket for 2 shots, the chair back for 3 shots, and then the chair seat for 2 shots. It's not too bad to do, but we'll really need to look at the chair seat. Shooting through that area with a normal bag is not going to work well, and sometimes it will block your scope from being able to see the target. So we'll have to take a look at bags and see what works. Okay, this stage has got the 2 buckets. Pretty typical. I'll probably even use a big bag behind that. And then the smaller bucket. It's practically a prone. The top is not easy. It's a lot like the sawhorse where it can get tippy. But that can also be worked out with this up here. This is the hard one, the seats, shooting under. I cannot use this big bag. You see it doesn't fit. By the time I go to, I can't even get to the target. Well, if you have targets that are up high at all, you're not gonna do it. And even if they are low, your scope is probably gonna get blocked by the seat back. So I'm gonna switch to my flat bag, and I should be able to do it. And this is the one I'm not gonna like as much. And so I may have to come up with something. So let me take a look at it. Engage. Get down. If I can do this. Very steady. Oh yeah. Very good. Tons of time. Almost 40 seconds left. You see, I really slowed down on those last shots. I never heard my watch give me a 20-second alarm. So I knew I had lots and lots of time. So I took my time at the end. That actually worked pretty well from a prone. This was rock solid as a prone. This was rock solid with the bag up here. This was a harder position, so I took a little more time with it. And I knew I had the time because my alarm hadn't gone off. So, perfect. Let's try another one. Stage 5, remember to reapply. On the start, go to the lowest rung on the ladder. Shoot one shot each at 3 targets at 40, 60, and 70 yards. Then go up a rung and shoot it in reverse, far to near. Then you go up a rung, shoot it near to far, then one more rung and far to near. So you could go holdover. It is actually about the same as it was before at 0, 0.4, and 0.8. Or you could dial. Since it changes the order up, shooting near to far and far to near, you're actually dialing a little less than it seems. But it is still a fair amount of dialing to do. So I'm going to go look and see which way is best, and we can go through it together. All right, for the ladder stage, we are going to be starting at the bottom, working our way up. We got 3 different distances, and I'm going to try dialing to start. I think I won't make it, but I might. And definitely could do a holdover as well on this. So sorry if it's a little windy out today, so hopefully it's not too bad. And then I'm going to work on this second position, which is my difficult one. I'm going to actually use a couple of bags. If I had to move really, really fast, which I do on this one, so maybe I will hold over. I might not try to use as many bags. In fact, it's a good point. I probably won't. I will probably just hold over and use the bags. I'm going to use this bag probably flat at the bottom. Don't really need it, but it wouldn't hurt if it's already here. I'm going to turn it up and then use another bag behind it. I know there's a lot of people that do things like wedge their hand between the scope and the rung above it. I don't like that method. I think it probably works all right. I'm just always worried about deflection with my scope. You can push it and have it not pointed where it's supposed to be pointed. And so I don't like to use that method. So I'm going to do it this way, and let's see what happens. If you're ready, engage. Very steady. Alright, so I had 30 seconds left. Maybe I could dial. Sometimes with those, I will even start dialing,
20 seconds.
and if I don't think I have enough time when I get towards the end, I don't dial the last ones. So that's always an option too. Kind of a hybrid between the two. And but that was the most steady I've ever been on that second round. So I really like that, and I think I will definitely do that. All right, shooters, once again, thank you for watching. Keep asking questions in the comment section. I try to answer them as quick as I can. You all have been bringing up some new ideas for shooting stages as well, so let's help each other out as much as we can. Hope to see you at the range soon.